the girl discovered something terrifying. A starving stray dog lurked nearby. Frightened, she instinctively backed away, crying out for her father. By the time Jack reacted, he found his daughter had been cornered by the stray dog against a high wall. One more step backward, and she would fall. Desperately anxious, Jack quickly reassured his daughter not to be afraid and told her to stay still. He then grabbed a stone from the ground, intending to drive the stray dog away from his daughter, but an accident occurred. When Jack regained consciousness, he saw his wife continuously calling out to their daughter. Jack was suddenly at a loss. He couldn't accept that his daughter had gone just like that. He stood frozen, not knowing what to do. Suddenly, his wife ran over and grabbed his head tightly, trying to wake him from his despair. Under his wife's constant patting, Jack was finally pulled back to reality. When he fully came to his senses, he discovered his daughter hadn't died. She had only broken her arm in the fall. Anxiously, he quickly carried his daughter to the car and rushed her to the nearest hospital. However, due to the overwhelming number of patients, Jack had to wait anxiously in the lobby. Just then, Jack suddenly glimpsed hospital staff secretly handing over a box labeled organs to transport personnel, as if both parties were engaged in some mysterious transaction. This made Jack feel vaguely uneasy, but Jack didn't dwell on it at the time. Soon, a nurse called his name. Strangely, during registration, the nurse not only asked Jack many irrelevant questions, but also inquired whether they would be willing to let their daughter become an organ donor. His wife refused without hesitation, but the nurse persisted, asking them to consider it, saying many children were currently on transplant waiting lists. Jack simply kept urging her to hurry, as their daughter truly needed a doctor right now. Seeing the couple's strong resistance, the nurse hastily explained this was standard hospital procedure. After all information was entered, the hospital finally prepared to examine the daughter. Soon, a kindly doctor arrived to diagnose the girl. Fortunately, apart from the broken arm, the girl had no other injuries. What puzzled Jack was that this doctor seemed extremely interested in his daughter's eyes, continuously praising how beautiful the girl's eyes were and compulsively examining them repeatedly. He then told the couple that although the girl appeared fine on the surface, internal injuries couldn't be ruled out, so a CT scan was necessary. Hearing the doctor's explanation, the couple didn't hesitate and promptly signed the examination consent form. What surprised Jack was that right after he finished signing, the doctor in charge of the examination immediately appeared. Compared to the cold reception when they first entered the hospital, the doctors were now extraordinarily enthusiastic, even presenting the girl with a stuffed toy before wheeling her toward the elevator. Jack wanted to accompany them, but the doctor told him that since the area below was under strict hospital control, regulations allowed only one family member to accompany the patient. Jack didn't think much of it and let his wife accompany their daughter downstairs for the examination. However, strange events began unfolding from that moment. Several hours later, Jack, waiting in the lobby, suddenly woke from a nightmare. Seeing that his wife and daughter still hadn't returned, Jack felt something was wrong and went to the front desk to inquire about the situation. However, after checking their system, the staff said there was no record of the girl's name at all.